Hey, how are you today? How are you going? My name is David Bedwetter. This is my TD42 Nissan Patrol. The universal microphone here, so if I look like a peanut, it's because I am. Yeah, basically this is my brand new Nissan Patrol dual cab TD42. It used to be a 2.8 petrol, but now it's converted into a 4.2 litre turbo diesel. Got an aftermarket turbo TD04 and it's got a front mount intercooler with a 4-inch stainless steel snorkel going into a stainless steel airbox. Intercooler has a 2.5-inch piping, I believe, going into where it needs to be at the front there. The thing breathes absolutely beautiful. It's amazing how much a difference it makes with these diesels once you start getting some proper airflow going into it. Basically, it's been engineered for the chop and all the engine modifications and the exhaust. So it has a 3-inch stainless steel exhaust going out the back. Basically, everything else besides this chop and the engine conversion, this thing is stock as a rock. It has one boost gate, which is in the center of the console there. The rest of it is basically bone stock. It's already got my 35 Wild Peak mud terrains on there, which you'd have seen on my last patrol on the single cab, the Gold Ute. And it also has my towing mirrors, which are the Sandham extendable big boy caravan white person mirrors. Basically, everything you see here is as is. I haven't touched it yet. I haven't done anything else to it besides fill it up with a couple of litres of diesel. Took me back home. It was a 2.5 hour drive, which you would have seen before, which so far I absolutely love it. I can actually overtake people, which is a massive thing in the patrol community. The thing just flies like an absolute gem. Tray is completely custom. It was made from one guy in particular who did the chop. Got Road Vision rear tail lights, which they are amazing. They light up everything. I've literally put the car in reverse sometimes and just set it there so that I can use it as a light. It's got the stock GU alloy bull bar on the front of it, freshly painted, so at least it doesn't look as horrible as they normally do. If you actually want that bar, feel free to sing out and it's yours for a small fee. It's a clear canvas. It's actually got the original head unit for these series patrols, and I've actually never seen one before until this car. I think it's got a 2.5-inch lift in it at the moment. So other than that, it's a clear canvas, which is exactly how I like my cars, and that's exactly how I plan to do it. So in terms of things that's going to be going on with it, firstly, it's got to sort out something with the rear end. I'm going to get a canopy on there, some other bits and bobs just to make it a bit more touring rig. It's going to have the roof rack. It's going to have the rear bars for the 35 spares to be hanging off, and of course we're going to get a new head unit in there. Dog's checking it out. I haven't decided if I'm going for the Polaris head unit with a 10-inch Maxxis screen or if I'm going to go for something a little bit different, a bit more compact. There's going to be a center roof console just so I can house the UHF and some maps and lights up there because I want to try and keep that space free. I will have the microphone down low though. I'm going to wire some plugs going down the bottom so that RJ45 clip is not hanging in my face and it's down near the bottom with the console. In terms of lift and suspension, if anything, then down the track it will go into a 3-inch, but pretty much how it is now, I'm pretty happy leaving it how it is. It rides nicely at this height, and I don't understand why you need to have big lifts. If you have enough clearance on with 35s, which these aren't 35s, they're just pretend 35, then that's all you really need in my eyes. I've already bought some LED globes for the front of their lamps. I've never actually had headlights on a GU that actually work this good before, so the bull bar is definitely something I want to try and change as well. It's not 100% what I want it to be, mainly because it's alloy, and I feel a lot more safer just having steel on there, so I'll probably have an ARB bar on there. That's still yet to be decided. I've still got a couple of different options. Inside the interior, as you can see behind the seats, there is so much space there, and that's going to house a lot of beautiful goods. So that's going to have some amps and some slimline subs, and that's going to keep the kid up in the middle of the day and night because we'll be playing tunes flat out. That's another thing that's going into the back there. So the reason behind the dual cab, obviously, if you don't follow my Instagram at NeatGU, is upgraded to a family vehicle. So this is my idea of a family vehicle. We're going to have the kid in the back. It's going to have a permanent seat in there. So, whenever we go hit the road, that we can just chuck them straight in and we can go explore and do whatever we got to do. So I figured that's a pretty important part of my life, and we want to make sure that it's an important part of everyone else's. So once the canopy and the rooftop's back on, I'll probably keep on continuing over the front of the cab with a slimline roof rack, try and keep everything really down low just for that extra storage because I know we're going to need it once we have bubs on the way. It's just got the standard tanks, so it's got the main tank and the sub tank, which I believe is actually less the single cabs came with, so the tank's just slightly smaller on these wagons. It's going to get wrapped in bar work. I've never actually properly did some proper scrub rails and side steps for any of the patrols I own, and I've absolutely my sills multiple times. time that I properly put this in some bar works. Tidy Fabrications is going to get busy. He's going to do a fair bit of work onto this just to make sure that things wrapped up properly, and if anything sort of gets thrown at it, it can handle it, and I know that it will be able to. In terms of aesthetics, I've got weather shields that are going to be going onto it. Once I've got those shields on there, it just helps with putting the window down when it's pissing down with rain, because that's what everyone does when it's raining. You put your windows down. That will come with a bonnet protector, so that's just going to make it go super duper fast and aerodynamic. It's going to get a winch back in there, which I'm probably only going to go for a 12,000 pound winch. Every other patrol I've had, I've put the 12,000 pound in and I haven't had an issue. It got me out of trouble multiple times. I'm going to go straight back down that path because it doesn't need winches, basically. It's not a Toyota. So I've already got my UHF. I've got a TX4500S, which is the GME 6.6 dBi antenna, which will be going on the front there once I figure out what I'm doing with the mount. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go slimline light bar or try and put spotties on there. I really enjoy the output of spotties, but I don't want to try and congest that front area for airflow. But now that I've got that front mount intercool, I want to just try and use that to the best ability I can. Other than that, there's going to be some other bits and pieces I'm going to be doing to it. First thing mechanically will be the auto hubs. They're going to be put in the bin. I'm not a big fan of them. There is a way that you can do it, so you bypass the auto side of it and just make a manual hub, but I'm happy just to go through with manual hubs because that's what I've always had and that's what I plan on doing. So I'll be putting the manual hubs on and then running it that way. The other small thing, which obviously is going to be once the canopy's on as well, is that it doesn't have a dual battery at the moment, which you would have seen. So once I have the ability to put the dual battery setup in, whether that be in the tray, behind the seats, or in the engine bay, that's what I'll be doing next, because we all know that we need to get that solar and the fridge running when this thing's not on the road flat out. Everything else is just going to come as it goes. I haven't figured absolutely everything out yet. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to make some more videos about this. I want to try and keep in touch with every mod that I sort of do and try and document it. One of the first things I've been doing, which I haven't mentioned yet, is putting the SS V8 seats back into there because it's just as fast as one. But basically that's everything at this point in time. It's getting pretty dark out here. I'm keen to do everything to it that I want to do and all the rest of it. So quick little plug, we've got these Beers Boys bush hitties. You would have seen them before. If it's something that you're interested in, make sure you give us a buzz, give us an email, bloody message on Instagram, and we'll sort you out. So jump over to beersboysbush.bigcartel.com and you'll be able to find all the stock there, stickers and hoodies at the moment. I really appreciate you guys for watching this. If you have any questions or anything else about it, let us know. Yeah, this is my new patrol, and peace out, you bloody pelicans.